Breaking news right now, the Sheriff's Department from Los Angeles now with a series of tweets giving information to the public. This is what we can pass on to you. There are several students who have been shot at the Saugus High School, 40 miles north of L.A., described as an active shooter situation. Suspect described to be a male Asian, black clothing, also still at large. We just continuing fire on the scene, multiple units responding from other sheriff stations to assist. As a precaution, other schools in the area have been on lockdown. There are resources from the Sheriff's Department searching for the suspect and for the parents.
Meeting location.
Central Park on Bouquet Canyon is being used as a reunification point. So that's what we know. Fox News can confirm 6 people at least injured in the shooting. I want to bring in a former D.C. police detective and defense attorney, Ted Williams, by telephone. Ted, you out there? Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you.
Situation on lockdown. What do police do now to find the shooter?
Well, these police officers are highly trained for these kind of unfortunate incidents. So what they're now doing is they're canvassing and they're talking to various students to try to get a description of the shooter. From what we've been told, it's an Asian person of Asian descent dressed in all black who was seen running from that school. So what is happening right now is that law enforcement are canvassing all of that area surrounding that school to try to find the perpetrator or perpetrators.
Ted, here is another tweet. Just a moment ago, Sheriff says the following. If you live in the neighborhood anywhere near Saugus High School, lock your doors in all caps, Ted, and stay inside. If you see the suspect, male, dark clothing in the backyards, etc., call 911. That doesn't happen all the time, Ted.
No, it doesn't happen all the time. So this kind of tells me one of two things, that they have the school itself that is in lockdown and schools in that surrounding area, that the school where the alleged shooting was supposed to have taken place, that shooting is, that property is under control. But what is not under control is that they have not, at this stage, gotten the perpetrator. So what they're now doing is trying not only to alert the school area, but the community at large. This is a very dangerous situation when, in fact, you have a shooter or shooters still out there.
Yeah, Ted, consider the element of time. The first report apparently came in at 6:55 local time. That's about an hour and 40 minutes ago. That's when the shooting took place. And you're trying to catch up to a man who's trying to get away. By the way, Ted, just so our viewers know, the helicopter shot KABC screen left is over a neighborhood where they believe the shooter may have gone to. So they have maybe a clue or a hint as to that, Ted. Continue.
Well, at this stage, what law enforcement is looking for is the eyes and ears of the community. That's going to be very significant, because if the perpetrator has now left the school and he's out there on foot in the area there, they're clearly asking citizens, first of all, to be safe, to lock themselves into their homes, but also act as eyes and ears. If they see something, say something, to call in right away. Now, one of the concerns here is that the shooter may have had a plan where once he shot these kids on that school campus, is to have gotten away from there, and he may, and I'm just saying may because we certainly don't know, but he may have had some vehicle somewhere in that community. So that is also something that law enforcement is taking into consideration.
Really important here, Ted. A note from the Sheriff's Department putting a statement out. If you live in the neighborhood anywhere near Saugus High School, as you saw that aerial shot from the ABC affiliate there, it is very close to the school, meaning that the shooter wouldn't have made it far. If you live in the neighborhood near the high school, please lock your doors. They're using capital letters, stay inside. If you see suspect, male, dark clothing in backyards, call 911. So situation ongoing, and according to where they are shooting this, it can easily zoom back to the high school, we're told, so he hasn't made it far.
Well, the one thing about law enforcement is they will get into that area. These are highly trained individuals for these unfortunate incidents. So they will know how to canvass that area. They will perhaps do what we define as a grid search of that area. They are probably going to use helicopters. They're going to use dogs, and they're going to use SWAT teams to just canvass that entire area. So while it is an unfortunate incident, it appears as though the school itself is under control of the first responders. But what is happening right now, more than anything else, is that they're trying to find out who and where this shooter is. Yeah. And that's significant and important.
Ted, thank you. He may have walked home. It may be that simple. We are told the helicopter shot has been focused on the shooter's home. The LA Times is reporting police looking for a 15-year-old boy in a black T-shirt, black hat, and black clothing. Ted, thank you.